Well, boys and girls, we did qualify for the Champions League 2 different ways. But we're given almost no money to spend. Thankfully, a lot of our transfers are already done. So the job for this summer now is to sell all the remaining old men and then reinvest that money in more Wonder Kids and just build a Wonder Kid super team, which seems like a pretty fun summer. So, signing of the season went to Motta. Oh, fair enough. I mean, there's Gurkhan probably should have been the guy. Or even Fraser Sharp, who got 10 goals from 10 appearances. So we were supposed... I mean, they did not expect me to qualify for the Europa League. That might have been their original pre-season expectation. The expectation I was given when I arrived was to finish in the top half. And we overperformed against both. Top goal scorers, our 2 strikers with 9 goals apiece, is pathetic, quite frankly. Goodness me. Money will obviously get better because we're back in the Champions League. Pellegrini sells more shirts than anybody. That was your team of the year. No room for Pellegrini there. I was going to say, I don't think I've ever had a team where everyone's been green before. Unbelievably, Tammy letting the side down without a green average rating. Very upsetting. I don't know why it always shows us wing play there as well. No matter what tactical style I've used, it's always wing play. Right, the board want us to qualify for the Champions League again. That seems doable. Very doable. Let's tell the boys that we're qualifying for the Champions League again. See, that's pleased them. They like that. So, the plan, as it stands currently. We obviously have no transfer budgets. We've already spent a lot of it. We have a lot of good players already coming in. 4 new centre-backs are arriving, although Garces is already here and we want to get rid of him again straight away because these 3 are the future. And we also have a defensive midfielder and a striker who might be a winger coming in. So they're already pre-arranged and paid for. But even with them, do they already show up on here? They should. They do. Oh, I love the squad planner. So we need another goalkeeper because we've only got 1 and a 17-year-old backup. We're fine for left backs. We've got Riemann, we've got Espindola, we've got Spicy Dwarf. If anything, we've got too many left backs. We also have Donato, who can play as the inverted left back if we decide to get fancy and play Paparo as a libero. We could play Donato at left back. It's certainly something that's in my brain as a possibility. At right back, we've got Motta. And then lots of people who can cover there. We'll probably be getting rid of Danilyuk, but the Viking can play there, although he's not very good. But Gurkhan can play there. And then you've got any number of centre-backs who can play out there in an inverted manner. And then at centre-back, Paparo, Juanma, Enric, Donato. He'll be leaving. Garces isn't even showing up on there, so he'll need to leave as well. And then several of the new boys can play defensive midfield as the ball winner in particular. So Paparo, Enric, and Predrag. Plus we've got Telehovshi. So Panada's probably going to be leaving. Pellegrini's definitely going to be leaving. There's an argument we could probably get a more creative guy to sit there. A nice little playmaker. Although there's no reason why Paparo couldn't do it. We could just play all the centre-backs. He could play as the deep-lying playmaker quite comfortably. He's that good. I mean, as a deep-lying playmaker, what can't he do? Maybe his vision's a little low. But he could do it if we can't get rid of any of the centre-backs. We could just play 4 of them. Easily. They're good enough to play there. And then there we've got Gurkhan, we've got Diatella. So again, Pellegrini's got to go. Granero can play there as well. We've got another youngster coming through. Up front, we've got Sharp. We might get rid of Tammy. We've got Granero, the youngster, coming in. And then a few other players who can play there. And then on the right, this was probably the area we need to strengthen most. We'll have a good look at Granero. This might end up being his position. And if it is, we'll need another striker. Motta, obviously, is our right back. Cruzado can play there. Diatella can play this. There's lots of players who can play there, but I think we need an out-and-out right winger coming in. And on the left-hand side, again, it's largely our fullbacks. Riemann, Zalewski, Espindola are all fullbacks. Granero can play out there as well. And then up front, obviously, Fraser Sharp and Tammy. So there are a few obvious players to get rid of. The obvious ones, Pellegrini, Daniliuk. Probably the Viking. And then maybe, I don't know, someone like, I mean, Zalewski's homegrown at club, which kind of makes it important to keep him. We probably need to keep one of him or Pellegrini, and he's 29. So we're more likely to keep the 29-year-old. Total football at Roma. Everyone can play everywhere. How has he got 43 under-21 caps and 21 goals, but never played for the full team at 23 years old? You'd think at some point they'd have called him up to the full team. Right, there's lots of clubs offering money for players. I think we need to start offering some boys out. So, who did we want rid of? Let's remind ourselves what's going on here. So, I think we need to see if there's anyone interested in him. 37 million for him. Yeah, we do that deal all day long. And him, we probably won't be able to sell yet because it's not long since he joined us. Yeah, we probably have to keep him until January, I would think. Which is fine, I guess. This guy, is he homegrown at club? Because if he's not, he's worthless. Yeah, he's worthless. He can leave. No one's interested. Intermediary? No, we might be stuck with him for a bit at least. Pellegrini. I mean, let's see if there's any interest. There is interest. Pellegrini can go and earn his money at Al Nassr. He deserves the money. He can go and hang out there. Which means we have to keep Zalewski because we need him as a homegrown at club. Should we see if anyone's interested in Tammy? $22 million for Tammy at 33. I think Tammy can go as well. That would be a nice little £100 million to spend, which translates to 300 or 400 million in players. We're having a summer. Right. Tammy, it's been real. But enjoy yourself wherever you end up. Go and earn that money at Al Ittihad. Why not? Pellegrini off to Al Nassr. Yeah, go and earn your money, son. Oh, look at all these offers. Yeah, he's done as well then. I think I'll transfer list him just to make sure he goes. Right, Pellegrini. Standing ovation. Round of applause. Lorenzo Pellegrini after 20 years. He did have a couple of years away, I think. Yeah, he went to Sassuolo for 2 years. But pretty much 20 years at Roma. Let's see how much money he's going to go and earn at Al Nassr. Here's some of it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So he's off to Barcelona. I mean, we have stolen a defender from them. They get one back in return. Tammy, go and get that Saudi Arabian money. There's a good boy. Earn your money. There you go. We've got some money. Is there any more outgoing transfers, or are they all confirmed now? I think that's everything confirmed. He's 6'6". This man is 6'6" tall. He's the first player I've clicked on. He's better than Tammy, and he's 6'6". It's a release clause, so we can't do it on the Never Never, but he's 6'6" tall. That's a lot of boy. We're not in a huge rush. We're going to do our let's see who the big clubs want deal. There's another centre-back there. I kind of want to wait until the 1st of July unless there's any really obvious ones. But a 6'6" striker is a really obvious one. Sharp's 6'5", isn't he? How tall is Sharp? Sharp's 6'4". So we're going to have 13 foot of striker. Poor old Tammy. Look how much money. Tammy and Anal reunited. Oh, what a world. But Tammy earning £625,000 a week is beautiful. Pellegrini earning 675,000. He remains a club legend and will be missed. I agree. The fans are really angry at a lot of these players that are leaving, aren't they? Sheesh. But then they're happy with the ones that are coming in, and that's what really matters. So this guy is going to be a wonderful thing. 6'4", full Italian international. New wonder kid striker / winger, who's very quick. Another wonder kid defender / defensive midfielder. And another wonder kid defender. Only 5'9". Doesn't matter. We've got lots of big boys. I am very happy with those signings. Paparo as captain. It didn't take him long, did it? He's been here 6 months and he's already the captain at 23. So, with 44 million to spend and lots of spare wage budget, we need a goalkeeper. Oh, in fact, let's just see if there's anyone in the dev centre. There isn't. So we need a goalkeeper desperately. Let's keep track the way we like to keep track. So goalkeeper. We could get Edison. Paparo needs a new contract to get rid of his release clause. He probably does, doesn't he? Oh, my goodness. I mean, it's fair. But he's not getting a release clause if he's getting 300 grand a week. That's for sure. Blimey. We might not be able to afford to keep him. Good job this is a 5-year deal. He's worth it, but goodness me, that's a lot of money. Right, so we're already in for this striker. Let's actually take the age limiter off. Maybe make it 27. In fact, for goalkeepers, I don't really care what their age is because we just want a backup goalkeeper who needs to be an EU national. Ideally, an Italian, in fact, because then he can count towards our homegrown in nation. So a relatively cheap Italian backup goalkeeper is what we're after. He might be the guy. Vicario might be the guy. Arsenal's number 13. Interesting. So Arsenal's backup goalkeeper, Vicario. Liverpool, Spurs and Monaco want this guy to be our backup wing-back. That seems like an acceptable thing. Argentinian under-20 international. Got Spanish as a second nationality. He seems like my boy to be backup right-back. 21 million. It's a lot of money. Never him. Let's see what they say with 20 million as an offer. What else did we want? Defensive midfielder. Preferably one who can be a deep-lying playmaker. He's wanted by lots of big clubs and is a deep-lying playmaker. He is the man, isn't he? It's a release clause, though, which is not ideal. It's going to use all of our pennies, but he's probably worth it. We need him. And he's the only guy in that position who's currently available in his age bracket. So let's just make the offer and worry about it later. And then wingers. Someone who can cover both, please, who's going to be cheap. This guy's wanted by Bayern and Juventus. I mean, if he's got Portuguese, he has. Oh, we tried to sign him in January, didn't we? This guy looks familiar. I think we've already agreed terms with this guy previously. He's the one then. You're supposed to tell me how much he'd cost. Worthless. Let's see if we can just do the previous deal we agreed then. Yes, we can. There we go. Right. Let's see what happens. It's fine. We've still got some players still to leave, so hopefully we generate a bit more cash somewhere. Right, that's the striker, isn't it? Yeah, we're obviously signing him. He's 6'6". Why would we not? That's new Tammy. New Tammy is in. Yuck, yuck, yuck. These are all horrible. Yuck. We're beyond free transfers, it seems. Right. What are the media thinking about us? We're getting there. We've now got 3 players in the Dream 11. We've got a lovely spine down the middle of the Dream 11. We're getting somewhere. No, the search doesn't end for a new scout. I hate it when it does that. We're supposed to hire 5. On what planet is that the search ends for a new scout? Ridiculous. Again, the search does not end for a new coach. Right, come on. Give me football, boys. Give me all of them. Who the hell's this guy? Oh, he's the young fullback. Much less up front, please. As little as possible up front. There we go. What a time to be alive. He's extremely uninterested. What a little turd. Wants me to promise him things. What things do you want me to promise you? What do you want promising, you wang? Long-term ambitions for the club are win the Champions League. I don't know what year it is, but we'll say that year. What more could you want, kid? You could have an intensive language course. We're going to improve the coaching staff. The aims for the league this season are to qualify for the Champions League. Get lost then. We're not signing him. What a twerp. Paparo's enormous new contract has gone through. So that's his release clause gone. But it does mean we now don't have any spare wage budget. He's earning so much more money than everybody else. But he is probably the best player in Serie A at this point. There's only that guy who's on the same kind of level. And there's my director of football trying to solve our backup goalkeeper problem. Which I guess is an acceptable way to solve it. I mean, he's not Italian, which would have been ideal. But he's fluent in English, so I'll be able to talk to him at least, which is nice. Right, let's interact with the board and see if we can just get this guy in. Unfortunately, we can't afford him, and we'll delay him for a week then. Have we got enough players leaving to fund him? Maybe. We might just be able to squeeze him in. It's going to be tough. We need to find somebody else to sell, and we are running out of saleable assets. Because no one's going to want to take him, even though he would be the ideal one to sell. I mean, we'll try. I mean, he might not go. If we can get 15 million for the guy we've just spent, what? We spent 15 million on him. I mean, if we can just get our money back on him, we didn't want him in the first place. That was prearranged before I arrived. It would be really unusual if he agreed to go, but it would solve a problem. We don't get any money in our budget now, do we? I mean, it is a good deal in the circumstances, but it's not, it doesn't help us sign the player we want to sign. It does get a non-EU. Does that get rid of a non-EU spot if he goes out on loan? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I guess we'll find out. We just don't need him. We've got 4 centre-backs better than him. Right, I'm going to cancel the Robert Sanchez deal for now. And focus on getting... In fact, I'm going to cancel both of these deals for now. And focus on getting Labidi. So we want these off of our future wage budget thing. Just to try and get that move over the finish line, and then we can worry about filling other spots. Oh, he was about to join, bless him. That's twice. That is twice he thought he was signing for us and it fell through at the last minute. We'll get him one day, maybe. What on earth is the Euro Sam Club Challenge? And why have we got so many friendlies? The European/South American Club Challenge. Is that a real football match that we've got to play? Or is it a friendly? It better be a friendly. Oh, hello. Oh, no. I want one of these. He'd be non-EU. But he looks oh so very quick. Ah. Right. Let's actually offer Cruzado out because he could play in his spot. Yes, except get him gone. Oh, there we go. Brilliant. They just flat rejected it. I want him now, though. Now I've seen that he exists, we can do him on the Never Never. We were already trying to do it on the Never Never. We weren't trying until I try. And what is this? We've offered him nothing here. Get that out of here. That's how you do a Never Never deal. Don't trust a director of football to do a Kev job. But there's not really anybody better in the older age groups, really. This guy's transfer listed at Barcelona. Oh. Okay. His wage demands just £1 million a week. Yeah, no, you're all right. Thanks. Goodness me, he's never leaving. Can we get him on loan and not pay a wage contract? We're actually allowed to offer it. This game is mental. Right, Panada is done. Garces is done. Bless him, he doesn't know if he's coming or going, that boy. He just wants a home. He thought he had one and we've moved him on before he ever played a game as a permanent player. The amount of countries that boy's had to live in. Lone Gavi. I mean... would love to. They want 100% of it. I'm sure you do want 100% of his salary because you're idiots and you've offered him £1 million a week. So we could spend 50 million to have Gavi for a year. It would win us the Champions League. So silly. I wonder why they've transfer listed their two highest paid players. Perchance, are they in financial trouble? They're rich, apparently. Excuse me? We just lost 3-0 to Sunderland. Right, decision made. He's the one. There we go. No more thinking about it. Just get him in. Looks like we don't have to play in this. Or do we have to play in this? Have I got to manage us in this stupid match? Oh, for goodness sake. What a waste of a... Can I use the button, folks? I honestly don't care about this match. Am I allowed to use the button? We're gonna use the button. Because we just don't care. There you go. The button has been used. The invisible button. Hey, I'm a great manager. We're not interrupting a lovely transfer window with a nonsense match against a nonsense team that we don't care about. We won a trophy. Hooray. Oh, I led us to glory. I'm really good at Football Manager. We're doing transfers. Right, that's another midfield, another winger gone. We are getting low. Where's the money for him? Is that gone through? We need it to go through. Right, that's him gone. So, yeah, money is back in. We've got money again, everybody. We have money again. We need a right winger. I'm bringing Spicy Dwarf back into the first team squad because he can cover both of those positions. The two positions where we've got the least amount of cover. Why is everybody so expensive? Be cheaper, idiots. I think you should sign Barnaby. I mean, he doesn't play in a position we use, and he's not EU. So, why? Right, we've got our new winger coming in anyway. So he's a useful signing. Nothing spectacular. On far too much money. But he does fill a gap because he can play on either wing. Right, we'll leave my director of football to do some stuff for a little while. I'm willing to keep the rest of my money sat there until deadline day and see what we can do on deadline day, unless my director of football finds someone spectacular before then. Because we're in Italy, we actually get to go all the way to deadline day before we have to play any matches, so we will get to the end of the window tonight. Right, backup keeper, last resort. Yeah, not interested. We should probably actually be... Oh, who's this guy? It's a goalkeeper. He'd be a practical signing, apparently. They're my favourite kind. Let's have a practical signing, then. For our backup goalkeeper. I do like delicious Wonder Kids. We're signing this guy for 15 million to get someone who's got an A+ scouting recommendation after extensive scouting. He's only 17, so he'll become homegrown at club as well. He seems like a no-brainer. Do we just break the bank and sign this guy off Spurs? We just pay for him. We could probably just buy this guy. It would be our record signing. And we don't need him. But he is the best scouted youngster at A+. He's already on the cusp of being first team ready. He's a Brazilian wonder kid. Should we just see if he's interested? Because we might as well. What's the harm? What could go wrong? There you go. There's your 59 million, Tottenham. Now let's see what happens. Is the A+ up to date? I think so. I think he's been very recently scouted. Yeah, he's scouted as of 2 days ago with extensive knowledge. And he's already as good as any of our other wingers. So it just allows me to get some exercise during my working day. What the hell has just happened here? He's decided to go to Burnley on loan rather than coming here. Well, I hope he fails at everything he attempts in his entire life. The coward. What a pathetic transfer that is. Get a life, you idiot. Hello, midfielder, Bjorn Giallo. Oh, but Bjorn? Where did I get Bjorn from? Boca Giallo, who is an 18-year-old Portuguese deep-line playmaker. Hello, young man. Do you want to come to Italy? We have pasta here. Come and hang out with your old pal Kev in Italy. Should we add more money? I think we've already spent more money than we probably needed to. I am struggling to find anything else to spend money on. The squad is great. Right, there we go. We've got another 18-year-old in. Lovely, lovely, lovely. He's going to be quite good. Right, let's see if we can convince this guy this time. Here we go. No silly demands this time. We're just getting him straight in. He just needed to see what else we had planned. If we get him, that's the squad finished. That, boys and girls, is a football team right there. Let's go beat Real Madrid. Because I went through that phase where I had all that stuff going on. And eventually realised you're better off just doing something normal. Not everybody has to be Guardiola. But there it is in action. Look, they're 3, and then their wing backs are in there as DMs. It's clever. This is the best thing about FM24, the fact that they've got that working as well as it does. Bellingham's quite good, isn't he? Right, here we go. Football goal incoming. We've got all these big lumps. Oh, we've hit the crossbar with one big lump. Get some more big lumps in there. Lumps, lumps, lumps. That's going to be our new chant. What's Italian for lumps? Oh, look at that from the new boy, Mr. Fancy Pants. Kev's doing tactics. Don't act like I don't. I know how to do all the stuff the nerds do. It's just, it's almost always the wrong decision. But we are in a unique circumstance with this selection of defenders that we've got. Here we go, here we go. Oh, Fraser, you wally. We've got an even bigger boy than you knocking around the place, you realise. You can't be missing chances like that. Goodness me. We've narrowly lost against the Champions League winners. We're quite good. That's what we've learnt there. Right, let's get through to the end of the window. Oh, we've got to play a league match as well. 2, 3. Okay, we're not getting to the end of the window. We'll get to that Genoa game. I thought we got all the way to the end of the window before we had to play any league matches. Granuli is lumps in Italian, is it? Granuli, granuli, granuli! That's what we chant every corner. We've got a corner. Granuli! You'd need to remind me of that. We need to make that a thing, but I will have forgot it by Thursday. When we win the Champions League, I'm releasing a Granuli t-shirt. It'll just be Granuli, Granuli, Granuli. When Paparo scores the winning goal in the Champions League final. Granuli, Granuli, Granuli! Come on! Worth all the faffing around in the end, because he's going to be great. Oh, there we go. Magic. We've now got decent depth everywhere. Can I have Pellegrini back? He'd be quite handy to have.